Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now today, the US Senator from the Democratic wing, Coons, is in this country, and he had a meeting with the Azimio leader Raila Amolo Odinga. I think this is the third time since we had election in 2023 for Coons to make his way to Kenya. So he has been coming. The first time he was here, second time, another that time. The last time he was here, he had a meeting with the Uhuru Kenyatta. There was another separate meeting with the Raila Odinga, and he also had another separate meeting with the one William Samoei Ruto. Then he left. But now the man is back. It's like the mission is yet to be accomplished. For those who have history of Coons, you will agree with me that Coons has been a handshake architecture. Remember, in 2018, he had a meeting with Raila, then Uhuru Kenyatta, and the handshake came in. You go to countries like Sudan, South Sudan, he broke a peace deal there. So he has been used in Africa in several countries when it comes to the issue of trying to break a deal within the government, even during Kibaki time. So every time Democrat, when they are in power, this has been their man they are using always on such kind of missions. And this is what Raila Amolo Odinga shared on his Facebook page after the meeting. It was a great pleasure, as usual, to meet and exchange notes with my friend Senator Coons. An afternoon well spent. Definitely, this meeting is happening at Raila Amolo Odinga's home. That is it. Then the big question still is, what is the mission of Senator Coons in this country? The meeting he has had with Raila Odinga at this moment. And will he even also meet with Ruto, or has he already met with Ruto? These are the questions. But before we answer this question, just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our channel members, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, definitely, Coons is coming in this country at a time when Azimio la Umoja team of 5 members and the Kenya Kwanza 5 members team are set to meet from tomorrow. Remember that meeting, it is standing on a very bad note. Because we know Azimio have come with their 5 points of matter they are raising for discussion. Kenya Kwanza is coming with their another 5 points. In their 5 points, the Kenya Kwanza side is claiming that those points are what was agreed between Raila and Ruto in presence of the former Nigeria President Obasanjo. Unaona vile mchezo iko hapo? But Azimio is still holding to what they are standing with. That you Kenya Kwanza, you have a right to bring all you think you want to discuss on the table, no problem. But again, from us, we have a right to bring what we feel that it is what took us to the street. Cost of living, IBC, server, interference with political parties. Then the issue to do with the equality. Or let me say inclusivity. Then in the Kenya Kwanza side, they're talking about other things. The issue of office of the official opposition leader, embedment of the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the issue to do with the IBC, they agree on that one. The issue to do with the gender parity, the issue to do with the boundary limitation. No, boundary limitation is from the Azimio side. So those are the main issues to be discussed. So with all this, the only thing they are agreeing about is IBC alone. The rest, they don't conquer. But then they have to sit down and discuss this. That means they're starting from a point of disagreement. Ukora imeanza. And because of this, of late, Raila was in Rwanda. If you listen to his speech, the tone alone can tell you that Raila is now getting serious and angry with Azimio. Not Azimio, Kenya Kwanza side. You listen to his tone and what he talked about, then it tells you that anytime this talk can even just be stopped. Because it's like one side is serious, the other side is not. Because of this, Coons is back here. There is something he's pushing for, and seemingly there is a concerted effort from the West to exert pressure on both Azimio and the Kenya Kwanza to agree. That is his work. Anaambia Raila na Ruto lazima mutafute njia ya kukubaliana hapa. So his mission here is to make sure that there is success in these talks, because then they know if it's going to fail, then even the issue of peace, in this country is yet to be sorted out. People are talking about people who are killed, another team is rejecting, and the drama that comes in. You listen to Gachagua, you wonder what is happening really. Is he aware that there is a bipartisan talk? He talk like there is nothing going on. So, US and the West, they have been watching careful, and they are realizing that if they don't put in more pressure on these leaders, they might not agree, because they're speaking different language. And seemingly from government side, there is sabotage. These people are not truthful. That's why he's coming back in this country. And someone would ask, why is the West much concerned about Kenyan politics? Even the US as a country, they have interest. And they want to serve their interest here. They have political interest in Kenya and Africa. They have their own economic interest in Kenya and Africa. They also have their military, they are also interested in military capacity. And their main base is here in Kenya. So with all this, they are much concerned with all these issues. So they cannot allow this talk to fail. Because then, if there is no peace, how can they operate? They cannot. So because of that, they will push to make sure that these leaders are coming to a conclusion of agreement on how to move forward. So that's one of the main reasons why he is revisiting Raila. He's coming the third time in Kenya, and he's reaching out to William Samoei Ruto. Again, the US also have their base here in Kenya, where they are coordinating from the African and the continental politics. They have their base here in Kenya. So with all this, there's nothing they will leave for a chance. So Ruto will have to appeal to the West for him to continue enjoying the relationship, this co-relationship he has had. Failure to which, then sanction could be deployed. They will impose sanction on Ruto, and that means that things is going to miss on loan, grants, and many other things. So they will even come in with intimidation to make sure that he's storing the line. So US has their own interest here. They are not only just coming to serve your interest, they are looking into their interest. So Ruto will be forced to rethink about other things like cost of living, because Azimio is holding to the cost of living as number one agenda. They might force him to do something about that, then other things. But above all, we are seeing US that want to bring in the issue of najua handshake haitakuwa hapa, but seemingly they want to force something like the position official office of the opposition leader, who seemingly might be in the National Assembly, and then the running mate like Martha Karua can go in the Senate, and then maybe have a shadow cabinet which will be fully funded by the government side as an exchequer to oversight the cabinet. Things like those ones might be agreed upon. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you and see you in our next video.